Okay, so I'm actually doing a part two to my original Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever reaction. And this may be kind of breaking my rules, but it was super cold outside and I went really long anyway. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stick to the things that will be spoilers and will be contrary to some of the things that I said in my original reaction. But I want to go over the things that I didn't like about the film because, as much as I love it, I do love it. I don't think it was in any way a perfect film. Um, there were a few things like the fact that it's a Black Panther movie, and for most of it, there's no Black Panther. I get that it's about the community, it's about the Queen, and it's about Shuri, and it's about Koye, and it's about the guard, and all of that. However, this is a Black Panther movie. I wanted more of a build up, more of a reason. I wanted the bringing back the Black Panther to be a little bit more dynamic than it was. I thought it was good. I thought it was okay. Um, the idea that Shuri just kind of made the flower and like that was a thing. Now that ties into the whole Tolokens and Namor, but okay, let's go with that. I mentioned before I've never been a huge Namor fan, and that's because the whole idea that he's so powerful never made sense to me. I also, in the realm of accepting that there are people that can be bitten by spiders and people that can have claws coming out of their hands and flying in space and magic stones and all this stuff. The idea of an underwater city civilization doesn't make any sense to me. I like that they did try to bring it in with Kukulkan and the Mayan creator of the world and the universe. However, in the course of this and the way they told the story of Namor and his people being created, there were like 8 to 10 people, some of whom were dying of smallpox, went into that water. So how in 350 to 400 years are there now, as at one point Namor says, we have more warriors than there are blades of grass in Wakanda? How? Like, how? Just physically, that's not possible. There were maybe 3 women that got. Okay, so that maybe that gene pool is just really, really crossed. So yeah, that doesn't make sense. They have these grenades that explode, but they're water that explode. Okay, and who are they fighting? That they have all these weapons and all these prepared warriors, just in case. I mean, they've never been discovered. It's very clear that they've never been discovered because we've got all sorts of government agencies. And by the way, like again, just completely random. Like, ooh, we're CIA or we're FBI or what? Oh, whoa, now the police are involved as well. Doesn't make any sense. There are a lot of things that kind of get thrown in here for seemingly no reason at all. Um, on that, and I may get some hate for this. Ironheart. I think she could be awesome. I think she could be really cool. In this movie, not necessarily. Um, I know her name sort of from the comic books, but now seeing the movie, she was just kind of there. It felt like again they said you need to include this because they're going to be part of a Disney Plus show or something. So let's put it in. Any scientist could have created that machine that searches vibranium, as we've seen in the other Avengers movies and the other movies. If they want to find something, they want a machine that can be made to find something, then they can do that pretty easily. Um, the whole reason that she was there, and then she creates the suit. Now, going back to my least favorite Spider-Man movie, which is Spider-Man: Far From Home. He created the suit using Stark's technology that he fights with at the end of that movie. But then in this movie, yeah, I know she already has sort of the prototypes and the blueprints, but to just create this suit and then do the thing that happens in these movies where someone gets this amazing piece of technology or a superpower or whatever it is, and all of a sudden they're awesome at it. And she's flying around and she's fighting these Tolokan, I keep wanting to say Atlantean, these Tolokan warriors that are to the powerful enough that they're taking out Okoye, and Ironheart, who's never been in a fight before, all of a sudden can go almost toe to toe with Namor. It doesn't make any sense. Um, Okoye and Anegra, I think her name is Anegra, um, they get these superpowered suits, which again are coming from the comic books. But for them to just instantly be experts with them, uh, I think stretched it a bit. And going all the way back, I think I started with this already. I'm all over the place here. Is Shuri is a good Black Panther. I think Shuri is going to be a great Black Panther. I wanted her to be Black Panther earlier. I wanted it to be more of a thing, more. I don't know. Maybe because so much of the movie was so big and so dynamic, so epic that this kind of fell apart. But what happens is there's this big fight scene. For some reason, they go out to fight the land. Or I did again. Tolokans out in the water. Why? Why go fight them out in the water? There's clearly a desert not very far away. Why not try and lure them there to fight? That okay, that didn't make any sense except to have this cool. Now, admittedly, that was kind of a cool fight scene. But what happens is that when Shuri is actually fighting Namor, it takes the focus away. And I get that this isn't a T'Challa versus Killmonger one on one, that this is a group, this is a city, this is a nation rising up, fighting together. Um, but we had that Ibombe moment, which is, that's freaking awesome. I love it. Uh, but the actual fight with Neymar and Shuri, like things kind of just are it's taken away. Too much focus is taken away from that. And there's this cool moment where it looks like, and by the way, why the hell? Why did they keep the stupid wings on Namor? Why did they keep whatever? It would totally make sense that he would have those underwater. Whatever. Um, it looks like she kind of rips his wings off of one of his feet or something. It was hard to tell because again, the focus wasn't where it needed to be, which is Black Panther is now back. So those are some of the criticisms I do have of the movie. I don't think it takes away from the overall epic nature and the amazing things that it did with it. Oh, and by the way, the end credit scene. Oh my god, I hated it. I hated it. Um, it was silly. It didn't make any sense to me. I didn't. I don't know. I don't really even know what to say about that. So anyway, I don't know if you agree with any of this. If you do, let me know. If you don't, then again, still let me know. All right. Wakanda forever.